You wake before sunrise in a frontier fortress of wood and stone. A guard waits outside your door with a spear. You are the general in charge of a legion and its camp. You wash your face from a metal bowl. You put on a clean wool tunic and a red cloak. You step into a long corridor lit by oil lamps. You walk into the headquarters building at the center of the fort. A large map is laid on a table with small stones for markers. A clerk waits with a stack of letters on a tray. You break a wax seal and read a message from the governor. You read a second message from a nearby fort asking for grain. You hand the letters back and give short answers. A clerk writes your answers on a fresh sheet. You press your seal into warm wax to close the message. A tribune enters and salutes with a tight fist to the chest. He points to the map and shows a road where tracks were seen. A scout steps forward and places a broken arrow on the table. You ask the scout where he found it. The scout points to a hill line drawn on the map. You move a stone to mark the hill. You order a larger patrol for that direction. A runner takes your order and sprints out of the room. You walk into the courtyard where the morning parade forms. Rows of soldiers stand in straight lines with shields at their feet. Centurions stand in front, hard-faced, watching every man. You walk past the line and look at boots, straps, and helmets. You stop at a shield with a cracked rim. You tell the centurion to replace it today. You watch a training drill start on the dirt ground. Soldiers throw wooden practice spears at straw targets. A horn call changes the drill into shield wall practice. You watch the front line lock shields edge to edge. You see the men move as one block on command. You nod once because you need them steady, not brave. You move to the workshop area near the wall. A blacksmith strikes hot iron on an anvil. You see new spearheads cooling in a tub of water. You check a rack of repaired helmets lined in a row. You walk into the granary where grain sits in big clay jars. A supply officer shows you a wax tablet with counts. You see piles of sacks marked with simple symbols. You order extra grain sent to the fort that asked for it. You walk to the stable yard where horses stamp and snort. A rider tightens a saddle and checks a bridle. You choose 3 messengers for fast travel today. You give them routes that avoid marshes and narrow passes. You walk to a small room used as a court. 2 soldiers stand accused of stealing wine from stores. A witness points at a spilled jar and broken seal. You listen without shouting because everyone is watching you. You give a clear punishment that fits the crime. You also order the unit paid on time this week. You leave the court and step into the medical tent area. A medic rinses a wound with boiled water. A soldier sits with a bandaged arm and clenched teeth. You tell the medic to give the man rest and clean cloth. You walk past a row of men with coughs and fever. You remind an officer to boil water and keep latrines far. You return to headquarters before midday. A clerk shows you a list of pay owed to the men. You see stacks of coins in a wooden box. You sign the pay order so the money can move. You eat a simple meal with your officers at a long table. You eat bread, olives, cheese, and a bowl of stew. You drink pasca, water mixed with vinegar. You talk about roads, rivers, and supply, not glory. You step outside and meet local leaders at the gate. They wear heavy cloaks and bring baskets of food as a gift. An interpreter stands between you and them. They complain about theft from a nearby village. You ask for names, places, and the exact day. You promise a patrol on that road and you mean it. You send them away with a written pass for safe travel. You walk along the wall walk as the sun drops lower. You look out over fields and tree lines beyond the ditch. You stop at a watchtower and speak with the guard. You change the night watch plan to cover the dark ground. You return to your room with a lamp and a writing board. You write a report for the governor in plain, short lines. You list supplies used, men sick, and patrol results. You seal the report with wax and set it for the morning rider. You step into the bathhouse if the fort has one. Steam rises from a warm room of stone and tile. You sit in hot water and let your muscles loosen. Officers speak softly nearby, careful with every word. You leave the bath and put on a fresh tunic. You make a small offering at a shrine inside the fort. You place a pinch of incense on hot coals. You ask for calm weather and loyal men. You eat the evening meal with your staff by lamplight. A messenger arrives with dust on his face and a torn cloak. He hands you a tablet with news from the road. You read it fast and keep your face still. You give 3 orders that will be carried before dawn. You set a new watchword for the night. You walk outside one last time to hear the camp. You hear low talk, dice on wood, and distant laughter. You hear the horn that signals the first night watch. You return to your bed with your sword close. You sleep, because tomorrow you do it again, and the machine must not stop.